You're up in Gyeongju for the APEC Summit. The highlight's going to be that Trump-Xi pull-aside meeting. Now, Trump is supposed to be touching down in about 2 hours in Seoul. How is he getting to Gyeongju, and where exactly is that? Where are you?
So we're about 60 kilometers away from Busan, and it's a beautiful city, but I must point out that it's a town, it's a city that doesn't exactly scream global trade or artificial intelligence or capitalism. It's actually a city that some people call the museum without walls. The reason why South Korea decided to hold APEC Summit in this city was really to showcase to show off the historical beauty of this city and of the country. It is one of South Korea's top historical destinations as well. Well, too bad, because I'm afraid a lot of participants and even President Donald Trump himself may not have a lot of time to check it all out because, as you point out, Marty, the main event is really the U.S.-China bilateral that is expected to happen tomorrow. And of course, the whole world will be watching two individuals over the next few days right here in Gyeongju, South Korea. That is, of course, President Trump of the U.S. and President Xi Jinping of China. But of course, happening later on today is that pull-aside meeting, the bilateral between South Korean President Lee Jae-myung. He's the host of this event, obviously, and he will be greeting and sitting down with the U.S. President Donald Trump as well. And of course, today is the day that actually the CEO summit officially kicks off. Again, it's really South Korea's chance to showcase its major industries and technologies, but all eyeballs will be on two individuals, Presidents Trump and Xi Jinping, this week. Marty?
Indeed, yeah. Okay, so Air Force One touches down in South Korea in about 2 hours from now. The president right now is still in Tokyo, and Kaori Enjoji capping the Japan leg of his trip with some pretty significant takeaways.
That's right. President Trump and his host of assistants, from the Commerce Secretary down to the Treasury Secretary, we're here as part of a whirlwind tour through Asia. Right now, I'm at the opening of the Tokyo Mobility Show. This is the largest concentration of Japanese auto executives, and this is exactly the kind of team that Prime Minister Sanae Takai needs to make fresh investments into the U.S. market to keep this new relationship going. The visuals yesterday were pretty poignant between Trump and Takaichi, especially at the U.S. military base in Yokosuka. It seemed that there was genuine rapport between the two, with the late Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, his name cropping up time and time again throughout this meeting. We also had some announcements from the U.S. side, including fresh investments from both Lutnick and President Trump. Here's what they had to say.
I'm incredibly proud to announce that this evening we're going to be signing $490 billion of investment. Masa-san from SoftBank is going to provide $25 billion of engineering, development, specification, design, procurement of large-scale power infrastructure in America. Next, we have Toshiba, also up to $25 billion in U.S. electrical power modules and transformers.
We just heard that Toyota is going to be contributing $10 billion building auto plants throughout the United States. And they are doing it, I think, because of the November 5th election and because of the tariffs. And I was just authorized to make that statement.
Now, Martin, there was a lot of misunderstanding and uncertainty about this $550 billion U.S. pledge that Japan made when they signed the tariff agreement back in July. There were a lot of MOUs signed yesterday between the U.S. and Japan. There was a fact sheet as well. It's a little bit vague on which counts for that portion of the agreement and which are fresh investment. But suffice to say that this was the first face-to-face between Takaichi and Trump. It was very important that they develop rapport. I think they did, especially when they were visiting the base on the defense side. I think the two are seeing eye to eye. But I think from here on, it is up to Japan Inc., particularly these auto executives that are here today at this show, to make fresh investments to keep this relationship going, because, as you know, really what the U.S. wants is to make a dent in the trade imbalance with Japan.